Go.
Streaming from South Africa to the world. This is the Stonks Go Moon podcast. What just happened? We break it down so you don't have to.
Welcome everyone to the Stonks Go Moon podcast. My guest today, Burnt Banksy, founder of XION. Welcome to the pod.
Thank you for having me on.
So you might have talked about this ad nauseum. This is the first time I've met you, so I want to know, and my community wants to know. Stop me at any point that I might get this wrong, but in 2021, right? So sort of when NFTs became a thing, you decided you are going to buy a Banksy. So Banksy is a painting by this artist. Name might be Robbie. He might be from Bristol. We're not 100% sure, but there or thereabouts. And then you decided, okay, cool. I'm going to hire a photographer, take a photo of it. I'm going to mint it on chain, and then I'm going to burn the artwork. How am I doing? That's fair
Perfect.
assessment.
Oh yeah, perfect. I don't know if his name is Robbie. That would be the only thing. You know, maybe but the rumors speculate, of course.
Yeah. And so my take is that the feeling was, if I remove the physical object out of the equation, the value transfers to the NFT.
Correct.
How do you feel 3 years later about the value of, I would say, real world assets and digital assets that transfer? Do you still feel the same today as you did 3 years ago?
I feel more inclined, quite frankly.
Okay.
I'm more inclined. I don't think that we should be going around burning everything. That's not good. However,
just burn on chain. Just burn on chain. Don't burn in real life, please.
you hear it from me, kids. Commit insurance fraud. Please don't do that.
Okay, so you say you feel more inclined to. Why? This is my question. Okay, so why? Why do you say that?
I think so. One of the things that came out of the Burnt Banksy is we were actually the highest NFT sale on OpenSea for 2021. And so NFTs as a concept were just not where they are now. Like, the ideas haven't flourished. You've seen so many more exciting projects, so many more exciting use cases, that when we first started, the NFTs were literally just like crypto kitties and crypto punks. That was kind of it.
Yeah.
And then people came after us. Nyan Cat came after us. Everything came after us. And so where I was back when we started both of this was, this thing could be something. Like, I really hope this takes off. Versus now we're like, this has already happened. We're well on our way. And I'm excited for the future.
Okay, so your mission, let's talk about your mission behind XION. If for those not familiar with XION, before we delve into it, what does XION do?
Yeah, XION is a collaborative walletless L1, which is a bunch of fancy words and saying we believe that products should exist in this industry. Right now, they really don't exist, and we think that in order to get a mass amount of users, we need to meet people where they are and not change consumer behavior.
Yes.
So XION helps.
So one of your main missions is making crypto disappear. What does that mean?
There you go.
What does that mean? Because crypto is here. I mean, every day I hear people more trying to force crypto on everyone, and here you are saying no. We
stop that.
Stop that. We need to make it disappear. So break that down for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, it's just like the internet, right? Like, most people don't know how the internet works, and you shouldn't need to know how the internet works to be able to use it. We're on the Zoom call right now. I have no idea where Zoom is hosted, where the file's being stored, where anything's happening here, but we're just on this podcast. And I think in order to get to this next level of crypto, that's exactly what needs to happen.
Okay, so basically, Web 2 interface, something that people are familiar with, and then everything happens in the background.
Easy.
Is it possible? But if it's that simple, or if it's that possible, why are we not doing it? Is it sort of idealism, or what are we talking about?
There are technical barriers, right?
Okay.
There are
such as
like wallets is an interesting one. where, when I say we're walletless, everything is a smart contract account, which was kind of really only possible, I would say, probably in the last 2 years. And so you have to get over like these pretty legacy hurdles. Interoperability, right? There's a lot of chains out there. There's going to be a lot of products out there. Really expensive gas fees is another one. People shouldn't need to see that. Payment rails is another one. And a lot of people have built the infrastructure for this. And so there's been a lot of things that have taken a lot of time that have been required. And I think you also look at any early tech adoption curve, right? And you always have the early adopters and the innovators who actually want something a little different than the mainstream audience, who, the early adopters want innovation and the mainstream adopters want a full coherent product. And they're a little bit out of odds with each other. So that's where I see XION kind of bridging that chasm.
Right. So everyone is basically struggling to bring Web 2 user into Web 3. Okay, you've talked about the hurdles a bit. So how are you as XION going to attack that sort of angle about, okay, we've got existing Web 2 users, we need to get them over here. How do we do that?
Well, I think just giving them a reason, giving them something valuable, right? And I don't inherently think that there's a lot of products in this industry right now. And I think once there are products in this industry that people want to use and solve problems and don't have the friction involved, I think it's not going to be this, well, how do we bring people here? It's going to be more of a, how do we bring products to the world?
Okay. Do you have any products in mind that you can actually talk about, or is it sort of in itself? Okay, talk to me about products.
Yeah, sure. There was one product built on us called EarnOS, which I like the example the most because they are direct marketing. Their whole thing is they want to be the Web3 of Google AdSense, or the Google AdSense of Web3, I should say.
Okay.
And they've actually done a very phenomenal job because they already have contracts with like Uber and North Face and Sunglass Hut and like real companies.
Yeah, real. I was about to say not like fictitious. Real. Those are real companies.
Real.
Yeah.
And they're alive. It's not like Blockbuster, right? Like
rest in peace. Rest in peace, Blockbuster.
Rest in peace. Always got, got
moment of silence.
Never gone but never forgotten.
Yeah.
But these guys come from Uber, they come from traditional ad, and they're like, this traditional ad is a lot of burnt money. The spend is bad. We think that we can work with companies that we're leaving to effectively try to solve this, right?
Yeah.
So one of the easiest things in crypto to understand, right, like, is that it's actually almost impossible to send $5 to 2 million people across the world, especially if you don't have a bank account, right? And this is one of those things, when you look at the use cases of crypto, that crypto solves. However, what I think you miss a lot of the times is that you need to have 2 million people who are able to use these products, right? And they don't have this like giant curve where they have to like this giant steep learning curve where they're like, what's a wallet? What's a gas fee? What's a this? What's a that?
Is that called crypto abstraction?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So I interjected you because I just want to sort of your trail of thought, because this is quite technical stuff, but crypto abstraction is basically what you're explaining, but please continue.
Yeah. And so it's like, in the past, there's been a lot of other L1s who've tried to do this like direct approach to the brands, which is like a very solutionist mindset, right? Which is, hey, brand, take crypto. And it just inherently doesn't work. But I like these guys in OS, obviously, because they're solving a problem that they've noticed and are able to work with brands. And now that their total addressable market is larger than MetaMask, that's an actual real solution.
Yes, that's awesome. Right.
Yeah.
So when did you raise 25 million? When was your funding round?
It was April.
April.
We announced on April Fools.
You didn't happen to buy a domain for 24 million?
We did not, unfortunately.
Because that seems very popular now for startups.
I was not allowed. I got denied. Not for lack of trying. I need to tell you that.
How do you envisage spending that money to sort of scale your mission to where you think it needs to be?
I think that this is an interesting industry where I think that it is not inherently linear nor exponential in the form of growth, but rather cyclical in an exponential way, which is an interesting way of saying this, right? Where you have really, really, really high volatility. And I think that each leg of a crypto founder's journey is inherently different, and the goal changes very, very differently. Let me rephrase kind of what I'm saying, or get more specific. You have bull markets and bear markets, and in bull markets, you have more attention, right? And the focus is the ROI, right? Yeah, like now, and we're about to get a lot better, right? But then when you have a bear market, right? You have 3 people in crypto. Everyone is, everyone's scared. Everyone's not.
The dog's left. Your mother's left. Your
everyone's
father
left.
is cursing you out.
I'm texting my high school crush.
Yeah,
she's not responding.
No one wants anything to do with you.
No one wants anything to do with me, right? And so, but it's in this capacity, we then look at saying, okay, well, great. This is actually where we kind of thrive, because while everyone's kind of screwed, there's no crypto users. Our whole MO is, well, we don't want anyone to actually see crypto, right? However, in a raging bull market, it is a little bit different than that, right? Because people do kind of care about crypto a little bit, and so it's about garnering the attention now, and then kind of leveraging that and making sure you can kind of hit that swing on a bear market. And I think this idea of patience and kind of steady deployment, and then this very large kind of boom is going to be very, very crazy. And I think we're seeing it on our point, which most of everything that we do goes into the ecosystem. So whether it be DevRel or kind of engineering in that capacity, we want to build solid foundations no matter what. And really haven't spent a single penny on marketing.
Okay, cool. How long have you been in crypto?
2016.
Right. So that's my math 8 years. Are you by now able to see bear markets coming or not? Or is it still sort of a surprise?
I mean, you can kind of
right.
Yeah. I mean, when you see hyperbolic, it's
yeah. Yeah. So do you think that in XION's sort of trajectory, you're still gonna see a bear market somewhere soon?
I hope so. And I like bear markets. I think bear markets are my favorite times as a founder.
Yeah, because bear markets are for building, right?
Exactly. And you always get, unfortunately, there's a lot of scammers in this industry, and bear markets tend to shake the scammers away. And the conferences are always better. People who are here, and it's the same faces, right? You could tell pretty quickly if someone's here to stay or not.
Love it. Mr. Banksy, if I can call you that. Thank you so much for joining me
That's
today.
my father.
Mr. Banksy Jr., thank you so much for joining me today. If the listeners want to go check you out and find out more about XION, where can they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Burnt.com is a very easy place.
Not bought for 24 million. Not bought.
Well, we're trying to buy Facebook.com. I'll let you know how that. We might raise another round for that. I'll let you know how that goes. But if we don't get that, then we're gonna fold the company. Because there's no reason to exist.
That's my life mission. I love it. And we'll put all the links in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me today. And to our listeners, peace, love, and prosperity. We'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.
Brush strokes dancing, I'm lost inside the view. I couldn't keep you on my wall. No frame would hold your sway. So I grabbed my camera. It's time to play. Flash saved a memory. Capture your soul in this new gallery. I'm minting you on the chain. Baby, that's the truth. Imprint you on the ether. Proof without the proof. Your digital now can't fade away. Gonna set you on fire like the ashes sway. to the canvas, rituals flame. Trade dust for data, you'll never be the same. Gonna set you on fire, let the ashes sway. Paint still wet, smell of turpentine. You were mine for a second, now you're locked in time. A match to the canvas, a ritual's flame. Trading dust for data, you'll never be the same. Cutting smoke but never erased. Your ghost is minted in the code you're embraced. Paint still wet, smell of turpentine. You were mine for a second, now you're locked in time. A match to the canvas, a ritual's flame. Trade dust for data, you'll never be the same. Gonna set you on fire, let the ashes sway. Breathe it in, the embers rise. Now you're just a spark, living in the skies. Want you to burn, now you live forever. On this chain we ride, breaking ties that sever. I'm mincing you on the chain, baby, that's the truth. And prints you on the ether, proof without the proof. Your digital now can't fade away. Gonna set you on fire, let the ashes sway. Your ashes now, but you'll never decay. Minted on the chain,